Hi everyone and welcome back to Movie of the Week. And the movie of this week was The Chronicles of Narnia, The Voyage of Dawn Treader. I can't with the title, but you know it's Narnia 3, it's Narnia 3. If you're new to Movie of the Week, we talk about a movie here and you guys comment below your thoughts. Or yes, and every week is a different movie. I don't know what I'm saying, guys. I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. Anyway, in 2024, we're doing fringes, mood boots, and things of those elements. So I already did the first two Narnia movies. So, you know, if you haven't done that yet, watch those first two Narnia movies, watch those videos, and then watch this Narnia movie and this video. So I remember saying in one of my other videos that I felt like this was my favorite one. And I think it was my favorite one when I was younger, but like, I was so bored this time. I was so bored. So it was only the two younger kids this time, and I think like it was something that they just wanted to keep consistent with the book. I don't know again which book this was, and I don't know which books they chose, because there was like 8 books, but they only chose, you know, 3 books to make movies. But it's not like they couldn't have picked obviously the other 2 kids, because they were in that one scene where she felt like she was Susan or whatever. So like it's not like, you know, they were busy or couldn't do it. It was just because of that was like the story. But I think it was nice that they brought them back in a way. So they have these 2 characters, but they obviously needed something else. And again, I don't remember their books, so I don't remember if it was in the books. But it's their cousin, I guess, the eyebrow kid. I'm sorry, I know you have a name. I think it's like Will Putter or something. I don't even know. But, you know, everyone knows him, you know, Maze Runner or The Millers. He's done a lot of stuff. You know, he's been known as the eyebrow kid. I won't call you that. I'm so sorry, Will, or whatever your name is. But I think it's really great that I think it was needed. It was good needed. I mean, it was a little bit like annoying and on the nose. For me as an adult, but I think kids probably liked it, and you know, in the end I understand what they were doing, but like to have some comic relief, to have something new to Narnia and like his reactions to everything. Anyway, so that was brought in, and you know, this time they went to Narnia because a painting flooded the room, which I kind of like. But yeah, they're in Narnia, and you know, this time it's very different than the other 2 times because it's all about like ships and boats, and so we haven't really, I guess, seen that in the first 2, so I don't know, maybe that's why they also picked this book, because it's just kind of different and they want something different and unique in a way. But again, it was all about war and more and more, and it's like they're always fighting, it's always fighting. So it was these things where these guys, and they were looking for these special swords, and so there was a lot of like mystical elements to it, I think even more than the other ones, you know, like with this like green smoke, and then those like, I don't know, there was just like a lot of things. But I think it's like probably entertaining as a kid, but as an adult, I was just kind of bored. And I was like, what is the point of this? Like, it's the same thing as other ones. Like, they're going to this other place and fighting a war that they don't need to fight. So I think it's just something where, you know, I try to do a lot of different types of genres. I don't try to just stick to one thing. Here, even if I don't like a movie, like I want to talk about it. Even if I'm on the fence about a movie, I want to talk about it. And that's what the point of these are, for us to discuss and talk, or at least me to discuss and me talk about, because no one watches these videos. So I try to do kid genre movies, and especially ones that I like. I'm so critical of kid movies, and I will continue to be, but even the ones I like I'm so critical of. But there are, I feel like we have done kid movies and I have liked them, and you know, I have talked about them more in a positive light than I have for these Narnia movies. I love these Narnia movies as a kid, but as an adult, I'm just looking back at it, and it was written in a time where it was about war and trying to escape the war, and like I understand that element, but it's like you're going to this other place and you're fighting all these wars, and in a way, like I just like am not as a fan as I was a kid. Again, if I have kids, which I hope I do, but you never know with life. I don't know. Anyway, I think I will show my kids these movies. Like, I'm not gonna not show these kids these movies because I like them as a kid, and I still think it's good to show kids. And like, it's not like I'm not gonna show my kids Marvel movies. I might not show this to my kid as much as some other movies, so I guess in that way. But I always enjoyed these as a kid, and I think it's important for my kids to watch it, and I think it is a kid movie. It is for kids. so in the way, like, I am not the target audience, and, you know, especially target audiences, or I should say not target audiences, are going to be more critical, obviously, because it's not for them. It's not for me. It's not for a 24-year-old girl, you know, 24-year-old girl. I do think it's interesting, like, which movies they did and which books they took, and I wish I remember more from reading the books, and I'm not going to go now and read the books, but that's what I kind of find fascinating and interesting about all of this, and talking about these franchises and whatever in general, is the fact that, like, of, like, you know, this IP, I guess it's the idea of IP. And, you know, when we did Fire, like, how they tell the story. So it's kind of like the idea of, like, how they tell the story from the original story. I like elements of those. Anyway, I'm going to end it here. So, you know, comment below your thoughts about all 3 Narnia movies. And the next movies we're going to do is Back to the Future, which I guess is also a little bit of a kid's movie. I don't know, I watched it as a kid. So for me, what I guess I consider as a kid's movie is I watched it as a kid, but I don't know. I mean, it's an adult movie, I guess. I think anyone can enjoy it. But anyway, we're only going to do the first 2 because to me the third one doesn't exist. But anyway, we're going to do Back to the Future from 1985. So again, comment below your thoughts about all 3 Narnia movies and watch Back to the Future for next week. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye.